Happy Christmas to all the Rugby League fans out there. And I'm surrounded by the biggest two Christmas fans of them all, Wayne Wagataurus Godwin, a.k.a. Santa.
Merry Christmas!
And Santa suit himself with his beer bottles, Jamie Jones Buchanan. Jonesy, you are the biggest Christmas fan I know. Your house has been transformed into Winter Wonderland, and this is my tree for this year.
Your tree, starting small, in your new house, big new house.
Yeah.
That needs filling up. You're going to start with a small Christmas tree. I don't have Christmas trees in my house. We have Christmas forests. Got at least five. Got at least 5 downstairs. In fact, Jimmy might run a little bit up at the top that I did for the lads. But we love Christmas, mate. It starts back end of October for us. A lot of people said that I should follow your suits in by start wearing suits on Rugby and be a little bit more classy. So this is my first go.
I make everyone wear something on Christmas Day. A Christmas jumper,
I'm going to Waggers.
A Santa outfit. This is my Uncle Paul's Santa
who's
outfit.
at the table? Go around the Wagger table.
We've got Johnny Godwin, my dad, Johnny Pirate. He loves a beer. He just drinks himself to sleep on Christmas Day. We've got my mum, Diane Godwin. She's a legend. She puts up with my dad, so I love her. She loves the gin and tonic. The wife, Kim, love you. She gin and tonic all day long. She gets smashed. To be honest, Jonesy, we just get smashed. Last year, I was tucked up in bed for 8 o'clock at night.
Wow.
But I was on the champagne at 6:30 in the morning, though.
Oh.
What about when you were playing? Because Boxing Day, most of us have got to play. I've got to play Boxing Day, so bit of slur was it on Boxing Day back when you played?
It's different though, actually, Jonesy, because I remember back in the day, I used to absolutely love the cast fixture. It used to be cast Leeds, not the Leeds Wakey. And they awesome. Yeah. But you missed a little bit of eating or plenty of food, plenty of drink with your family. So I think since I've retired, I can actually enjoy Christmas. I don't have to worry about what I eat or drink. I just get absolutely loose, get smashed, don't worry about having to play Boxing Day. So I love it.
Let's talk Rugby for a moment, because it's been a fantastic year on Free Sports for Rugby. #1 show on the channel. 2 million people have tuned in this year to watch Rugby. And I'd have never thought that personally when we started off 6 years ago in the garage.
No, well, I think the big saving grace for me is people in places like Cumbria and the Netherlands, the other, not Netherlands, but the outer lands, away from the middle earth of Rugby League, can watch. Yeah. I've got access now to Rugby. Obviously, there's a lot of towns that couldn't watch it, and we're getting out there, and it'll just consistently grow. And like Simo says, thank you for your support and feedback.
So what I need to do now, both of you, we want a quick roundup of the year from a Rugby perspective. So your highlight of the year, what you may be looking forward to next year as well.
My most adrenaline scariest one I did all year was running with the Bulls at the Carlands. I've got the Bradford game day feature when I had the hottest curry, the foul, both on the game day and the day after was World of Pain. I've got the Rhinos challenging Butlins. What an event. Kids still come up to me and I saw you at the right. Yeah. How good were that? So in me budgie smugglers, down on Skeggy Beach, living the dream.
What are you looking forward to next year? Bit different next year. You've done all the game days this year. Something different next year. Yeah,
I just wanted to showcase that I am not just crazy wagger who downs pints at games and gets loose with fans, which I do love that, because I love showcasing the game with the fans, the kids, the players after the game. But my feature next year is going to be more regarding around my day job with elite kids coaching. Obviously, I coach in primary schools, and I'm going to love going down to amateur clubs, showcasing the amateur clubs. My goal next year, boys, is to get to as many amateur rugby league clubs, whatever age group, as possible next year.
There's got to be some more legs in game day though, because I watched the Anfield the Scouse one, mate, back, and I just can't breathe with laughing. And now then, it's just brilliant, mate. It's just brilliant. It's good.
I struggle with accents.
No, that's what makes it funny. That's what makes it funny.
Go on.
Calm down. Calm down.
Brilliant. I love it.
Jonesy, go on then. What's your Rugby highlights of 2018?
There's been so many, Alex, and you know, it's funny when they all blend into one, don't they? And you forget what you did whatever year, and sometimes you see photographs and think, well, I wasn't there, what we're doing. But it comes down to what Wagger's saying, the people that you meet and the new things that you learn and how you get educated. It's been very difficult for me playing as well, because I can't always be where I want to be, particularly in game days, because I've got another role to play. But certainly when we do the fan parks at places like Wembley, and obviously grand final ones are great. I've never done the Magic Weekend before, so when I do retire, that's something to really look forward to.
Yeah.
And hopefully it can grow and there's more of us to spread about as well.
Mate, I think for me this year, probably NCL stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's meant that we've invested time. We didn't get any money for it, but we've been out into the community, and I've learned a lot about the game from listening to people in community. And you realise the real strength of the game is the kids coming through, and that's what, as a sport, we need to invest in. And the War of the Roses with the NCL boys, to take them to an hotel, to give them that experience.
Yeah.
And I thought, when you walked in them changing rooms, it set it up so well, and they were blown away by it, I was blown away by it, and I just thought we did that really well. We tried our best with that, I thought.
Well, you know, medieval I am, I love a War of Roses, and hopefully it'll continue into the future.
Right, talking points in Rugby League since you were last with Rugby a few weeks ago. The big one, Tony Adams appointed president of Rugby League. Thoughts, Jonesy?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, first of all, first thing that springs to mind is Sporting Chance. I think he was the founder of Sporting Chance, which is a bit of a rehabilitation centre for people with addictions.
400 players have been there.
Yeah, 400 players, so it's got great value already from a welfare perspective, and that's alcohol, drugs, gambling, all those other vices that people get caught up in at times. He's a great name. He's obviously got a lot of contacts, and I think it was Tony Robbins once said you're only ever 3 phone calls away from speaking to American president if you ask the right people and ask the right questions. Proof's always in pudding, and we'll see where it goes.
Hey, so he did there. Golden Point added to Super League. Are you a fan as a player? Still play it? There's no draws anymore, and I think sometimes draws are well fought, and sometimes it deserves to be a draw.
I've been on back of some 1 point losses this year.
Yeah,
it's an absolute killer, and I think emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, it can just send you into such a big hole.
Honestly?
And and the week after, if it happens again, because then in the third week you start thinking, if it's going to be close, you start doubting yourself. I think it's a natural sportsman's point of view, isn't it? And you think, last 2 weeks, it's almost reaffirming what's gone on in the past. And I think that might bring about those types of feelings and mentalities. But I think for fans as well, it's nice to go home with a win or a loss. You know, I mean, life's digital, isn't it? Ones and zeros. That is life. And again, proof's in pudding as a player. You just get on with it. But I'm just thinking, Waggo, I don't know what you think, but anecdotally as a player, we're talking about trying to cut the length of the game down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're waiting for that golden point, how long could it potentially go for? Especially if start season, weather's a bit bad and rains are coming down and it's 5 drives for a kick, it could take a while, couldn't it?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a different view now, Jonesy, because I'm obviously retired from games, so I think it'll be exciting. As a fan of Rugby League, I think it'll be exciting, the golden point. But on the other hand, in them close games, like you say, in tough conditions, the game's going to keep going on. And we're already playing over the odds minute-wise anyway, so it's going to be a tough toll on the bodies, I reckon, as well.
It's time for some Christmas festive questions. The boys got out into Rugby League and found out what various different questions they asked the players, and we get some really good, honest answers. But what's your favourite thing, individual thing about Christmas?
Mate, I'm spiritual. I'm a Christian, so I love going to church.
Yeah.
Jesus, big gift. And when I went away to Florida, I went to a couple of churches there. Well,
Singing
one
churches.
Yeah, evangelical, really good, and fantastic time. Really welcoming, supporting, encouraging, and all that. And I guess it's my kids, when you've got kids as well, just seeing how they engage with the magic of Christmas as well. It's just something that lasts with you forever. So I think the children side of it.
Right now, let's go out and meet the stars of Rugby League and find out what they think of Christmas.
Do you know what? I actually thought 12 days of Christmas were when you put your Christmas trimmings up. Is that not right? So 12 days before, I reckon, yeah.
Well, my missus put them up 2 weeks ago.
Christmas decorations, I'd say, can go up anytime once we hit 1st of December. I know my wife likes to get them up as early as possible. I don't agree, but I'll let her get away with it. So yeah, 1st of December onwards.
I'm a big I like Christmas. Like I love decorations and that, so I'd put them up on like 1st of December if I could.
1st of December.
The Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues.
Pogues, Fairy Tale in New York.
My favourite, I'll have to say Slade. Merry Christmas, everyone, because I just sang it a few years back at Kirk Eamon's testimonial event.
It's got to be Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Ooh.
My favourite Christmas song is Dominic the Donkey. Yeah, I think so. Or Bob Dylan, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Sprouts, definite no.
Yes.
Love sprouts, eat them all year. Yeah, my favourite is boil them a little bit, then fry them off with some chorizo. Thank me later.
No chance. Absolutely no chance. Going nowhere near them.
Yes, without doubt. With some bacon, maybe some pancettas, maybe some chestnuts, some nice butter, yeah, now we're talking.
I'm not a fan of Christmas pudding, so it's a no from me.
Oh, brandy sauce, you can't beat it, can you? Lovely. Yeah, it's definitely. That's, in fact, that's one of my favourites.
Oh, I don't eat Christmas pudding, but I would have custard.
I don't eat Christmas pudding as a rule. I'm more of a mince pie sort of guy, I'm afraid.
I'm a custard. I'll go for custard.
The missus wraps everything except her own, which obviously I do, but I don't do a very good job.
The missus.
I have a go, but it's probably more sellotape than wrapping paper on mine. Like, go around it. Like, look at my fingers. You know, I'm not holding edges down right well with them.
Yeah, I'm not the best rapper in the world, so I'll delegate that to somebody else.
I'd say I'm better, but she goes more extravagant, you know, with your bowls and whatnot, so I'd let her do it.
Some great Christmas banter there from the boys, and obviously, what's on your Christmas table, Jonesy, today? What's the meat of the day?
Turkey.
Is it turkey? People do different things, don't they?
Got to be turkey.
It's a great question. The original English traditional Christmas dinner was pig's head and mustard.
What?
That was a tradition. Google it, look it up. I don't know where turkey come from. Probably America. I don't know,
Yeah,
but I like turkey. There's always a bit of beef in there as well.
Pigs in blankets are the greatest thing about Christmas.
They are nice.
They are the number one. So you got a few new boys over here at Christmas this year. You got three teammates.
Yeah.
Trent Merrin, Tulo here, and Connie Hurrell.
Yeah.
Two of the Marquees. Do you think the Marquees that are coming into Super League is good for the game?
Yes, I think it's probably.
Has it been different at training with them?
Not yet, no. They've settled in really well, and
Yeah.
they're good professional players, bring a lot of excitement, enthusiasm and experience. I think the Marquee signing that seems to have increased across the league is probably the Ben Barber effect. I think last year two things really. When other people from other sports say they don't know any rugby league players, then we need to start bringing them names in. And there's that famous anecdote in there. I think a fan turned up at Magic Weekend, never seen a game before, and he just said, right, who's this Ben Barber? Because he'd heard that much about him. And he'd just come to see him. And that's probably what we need, more stars in the game and more marquee signings, having marquee performances on the pitch. And also, I think the standard's got to go up. They understand clubs that there's a commercial value in those people, so all the young kids go in there, buy Ben Barber shirts, which is probably not going to pay the wages, but it certainly brings in more revenue. And when you multiply that over the course of 10, 20 years, because those kids then become lifetime fans, it's well worth the investment. And we see it in football.
Yeah, we've seen that. The effect. I want to run through now some of the players, the big signings. Tompkins and Smith to Catalans. I love Catalans. We were over there together this year. Is that a good couple of signings? Experience that Wigan connection with Mickey McLaurin as well.
They can win premierships, can't they, Simo? Smith and Tompkins have done it together. I think they'll form a great partnership. It's exciting. They've got a good squad. Steve Mack's built a good squad, so hopefully they'll start the season better than last year.
With Tony G, baby, at the back.
Oh, I love Tony G, baby.
I love Tony G.
He's a character of the game. That's what I love about rugby league, the characters you meet.
Do you think they'll be the half-back pairing next year, Smith and Tompkins? He played well for England.
Yeah, he did. I think they will be. I think Tony Gigo, I think you're going to struggle to get him out of the side now. They've got an identity as well now of Catalan, the champions. They want to hold on to that and win silverware because the champions of 2018 as far as Challenge Cup goes.
Blake Austin and Mammo. Blake Austin's seems to be the one that across the game we put a post out, and most people were saying that they think he's going to be like the big star of the Super League next year.
Yeah. And I think he'll feature heavily in. I think they're going to make a promotional video of Super League, and he's going to be the man that'll be the face of that. And again, the proof shows it put in. We see how they settle in when they go to those clubs, and I'm sure it'll be a good play for him. And it lifts everybody around you as well, doesn't it? Yeah. The whole team raises 5-10%, buy into that professionalism that they bring to a club. And then the whole side's a little bit better and harder to beat.
Elliot Whitehead was saying, obviously he's played with him for a few years, and he said, mate, he's unbelievable. He said he'll kill it over here. A running half. He said he's a real strong runner. Who we got here then? Hurrell and Merrin at Leeds. Wagger obviously is a Cass fan. Do you think, are you worried this year? Are you worried that Leeds are going to come back at you this year?
A little bit, because the marquee signings, Leeds and St Helens and Waddingtons, I think they're up there. I think, like Jonesy said, there's some exciting players like Benny Barber, Man of Steel last year, killed it, and I love watching him. As a neutral, I just love watching him play. So some of these players, these marquee players, not just the marquee players, but look, Watkins is back from a long-term injury.
Yeah.
Alex Warnes, who we spoke about at St Helens, there's some talented players, not just the marquee. Zach Hardacre at Wigan.
Yes.
It's not just marquee. The players that are returning to the game is going to be sensational. Exciting year ahead, I reckon, guys.
We put out that tweet, didn't we, of Rugby M fans' best ever Super League 13.
Yeah, great.
And it was brilliant. And they had Chris Radlinski at full-back, 100% agree with that. But as somebody I've played with and against, Zach Hardacre can't be far off, mate.
Honestly.
Mate, he's class, and it was good to play with, but he's a nightmare to play against. And obviously he's just, because he was just on the end of everything, he's just so persistent and resilient as well. And he's a niggly little thing. So he'll talk to you and tackle and, come on, John, let's have it. And but I think when he left Cass, it changed them a little bit, the dynamic, the way they played. I know that he was big on chasing Luke Gale's kicks, which either forced errors for tries or at least put the attacking team under a lot of pressure. They missed him, and I think he'll be a massive, massive signing for Wigan this year.
Someone I think will be a really, really good signing. I think it could push him on to potentially silverware this year. I fancy him for Challenge Cup. Danny Brough to Wakefield.
Yeah.
Danny Brough to Wakefield.
Excited, big leader.
Mate, Milky's getting captaincy. Jacob Miller. Danny Brough next to him. He'll be refereeing game as he always does.
Yeah, but he referees game. Playing in a black and white striped jumper.
You look at Wakey's squad though, the retention, like Tom Johnson, Reece Lynn, England, they've got a great squad. Jacob Miller, and they've signed smart. Craig Kopchak come on board, added a bit of size, offload on his game from Salford. Danny Brough is the leader. He's going to be dominating for the ball, as we know. Plus, if you talk about one-pointers, he can kick a one-point.
Yes.
Golden point, he'll be the man to win you a game.
Arguably the best in the league at it.
Yeah, probably him and Gale. Right then, it's Christmas time, and some people at Christmas are not so lucky. They're poorly. They're looking after parents. There was the big campaign this week on the radio about looking after young carers. So there's a lot of people out there we need to think about, other than ourselves at Christmas and those less fortunate than us guys sat here on Christmas Day enjoying each other's company. You went, as you do every year, to the local Children's Hospital in Leeds. What do you get out of that?
Leeds General Infirmary. A great deal of gratification. Do you know, it's really funny, it's an interesting question, because usually, as you know, sportsmen and women would go out and try and be role models and inspire them, but you know, these young children are going through some of the most challenging periods of their young lives, and arguably the whole life, you know, that they've got to overcome. And I think it's us players that go away inspired by them, you know, the resilience and strength of character, especially compounded by the fact that it's a difficult time of year. Obviously at Christmas, some of them spending time over Christmas in hospital as well, when they obviously like to be at home. So we get a lot out of it, and it's a great chance for us as players to go and connect with that sort of local community, and not just the patients, but also the staff, you know, the men and women that work in our hospitals and do a wonderful job caring for these young people.
I've got to give a shout out as well to a kid called Determined Dan, who Mitch Garbutt introduced me to on Twitter. He told me about I went for dinner with Mitch and Ruth, and they told me all about this kid, this story, and he had given 18 months to live. 4 years later, and he's looking forward to Christmas, and he's still fighting it. He's still very poorly. He's still, you know, getting treatment, but keep fighting, mate. And everyone here at Rugby thinking of you. And to go into the part, keep watching for part 2 of today's special Christmas Day show. You get all your presents that you wanted from Santa. Let's see how the Rhinos got on going around the LGI.
Right, this has to be one of the most important days in the yearly calendar for us at the Leeds Rhinos, not just the players but the foundation as well, who comes together and gets some gifts basically to try and put some smiles on some young unfortunate people who are doing it really tough at a really challenging period in their young lives. And as Leeds Rhinos players, both the women's and the men's team, we're going to come down there, try and put a few smiles on one or two young people's faces and hopefully make that little bit of a difference. So come with me. Is that for you? That's for you. There you go, for Christmas.
Obviously we're down here today with the players in conjunction with the club and the foundation, just delivering some presents for the children on the children's wards around the hospital. Obviously it's a tough time for the kids and the families, so if the players can come down and just I guess spread a little bit of cheer around the ward and brighten the young people's day up, then it's a really positive thing for us to do as a club and as a foundation through the charity.
I don't say it's quite new. This is like a massive part of what we do, just giving away to the community, especially for young kids that admire us, and it's great to see the boys getting amongst it, even the coaches, the staffs. So we'll build a strong camaraderie amongst the boys and the coaches as well, so it's kind of good to do this for them, but it's great for us too, so yeah.
We were joined today by little Caitlin Cox, who plays for Shawcross. Caitlin's a really special little girl because she has been treated by the oncology ward here, and she has gone out of her way to raise money and donate presents here. And today she's come and joined us, and she's managed to raise enough money to donate to the cancer ward Nintendo Wii for all of the patients here to have a go on and play with, just to pass the time. So Caitlin's a massive inspiration to us as well, so it's been fantastic to have her down here joining us.
Who's this? Who is it? Chase. My little girl likes Sky. Do you watch Paw Patrol? Have you asked Santa Claus for Paw Patrol? So I'm Menina Spur, second row for the Leeds Rhinos women. This is the first time that we've joined the men in giving the presents out to the children down at the wards today. So yeah, it's been great. Obviously, as you can see, there's been a lot of fun going on, and it's been so nice. It's really rewarding, obviously, seeing the children, the smiles on their faces, getting all the presents that we've given out, the books, the teddies and things like that, and the players have been signing them for them as well. So it's been lovely.
So I'm down here at LGI in the middle of Leeds City Centre on the Leeds Rhinos annual hospital visit to see some of the kids. Over the last couple of years now, 3 years to be exact, 4 years this year, sorry, should I say, I've managed to put a little traditional event in place where I raise a bit of money in order to go out and then buy presents to supply for the children who are behind in hospital over the Christmas break. But not only that, throughout the year, with because we've had an abundance of presents come in and a lot of people donating and getting right behind what's been now labelled as Cuthbert's Christmas crackers, we've been able to supply not only presents for Christmas Day for the kids, but in and around Christmas as well. And one really special cause of using it for our presents when we've got too many to actually give out the day is post-op presents. So the kids might go into the theatre and they come out to something nice. What happens is basically the boys give me their old rugby gear. I know it doesn't sound very pleasant, but the boys give me, I've been collecting, I started by myself, I just took my old kit throughout the whole year, put it together in packages, and then just more or less did lucky dips at the end of the year throughout the club shop. We've got a lot more boys starting to contribute clothes now, and a lot of other people around the club contributing something, whether it's from magazines to their own toys themselves, which all is quite handy in a good charitable event in a lovely time of the year where we can all spread joy.